Good morning, everyone. This is Juliana. I'm on a marathon of filming all these journals that I've made this past 3 or 4 months. And I want to share them with you, even though I'm going to be selling them at a fair in Connecticut because, well, who knows if they'll sell, but also I would like to have a record of the journals before I send them off. And of course, I would like to share them with you guys because I appreciate when you share your journals with me. So that's why I'm going to do it. So anyway, the third journal of the day is a travel journal. Yay! And it's also an altered book. So I use this really cute children's book. It's actually a vintage, it's a vintage golden book before we became familiar with the golden books that most of us know that have the gold on the side. But this is an actual golden book, and I think I have the year in it. I'm not sure, but yeah, it might be from the 40s, 50s. I'm thinking 40s. So it's really cute because it was from like social studies. So I left this on. I use this kind of colorful fabric that I thought worked really well with the turquoise cover, the blue cover. It's got stitching on the spine. The spine is, let me do the measurements before we begin. Let's see. It is 6.5 across. It's got a hitch post, as you can see. I used hitch posts on all the books. I seem to really love that. And this is 8.25 down, and the spine, as I said, is a 1.75 inches. I usually do 1.5 inches, but I wanted to make sure there was enough space. Here's the back, and it's nice and secure. I use Tyvek to reinforce all my spines to connect them to the covers, so it is definitely on there. So let's open up. Choo choo, all aboard. So here is, as I've said in all my other videos, maybe I can get in a little closer. Okay. I wish I had done that in other videos. This is a library pocket that I made, and it's got a library card inside with my Handmade with Love Juju, the name of my Etsy store, Jujubee Love Crafts. And this is fun. This is a Chinese, whoops, I just dropped it. It's Chinese, and it's a flashcard. So the pages, this journal was a little wide across, so I had to sew on edges to extend the paper, but I kind of like the look. I'm happy with it. So I use this vintage ad. I've said this in all my videos, but I try to use the actual vintage ephemera in my journals. With the because I think it makes it feel more authentic when it's the actual papers. I don't all the time. So this is like a train conductor. It's a journaling card. And here is the front page of the book, All Aboard. And there's the date. It's 1952. Yep. And there's an African American porter. I'm not surprised. So it was a different time, folks. So this just says it's a banner and it says welcome up here. So I had to buy crazy long, like 11 by 17 inch copy paper, which I have no room to store in my tiny apartment, because it had to fit in this journal, which, you know, a normal 8.5 by 11 paper would be too short for. So hopefully I'll get some use out of that ledger, not the ledger paper. This, I don't think you can tell for sure, it really see, but for those of you who know, this is the Little Prince, and I adore the Little Prince. That was one of my favorite stories, movies, and books growing up. This is a bag from Lori Jagadish. Thank you, Lori. And it's got this travel journal card in here. I love making travel journals. They're so much fun. Because that's the one thing I do is I use travel journals when I travel. I need to make a video on what I take with me when I travel journal and how I prepare for it. I was going to do it this year when I went on vacation to Argentina, but I just didn't have enough time to do it. So next time I will. And I also have to, nothing in that side. I have to get a better camera set up for doing tutorials. There's a sweet image here. I just love the illustrations. And the scrapbook paper, I think, is from Cartabella. So this is, look at the markings from the coffee dye. I just love it. You know, the coffee dye mutes all the colors of the scrapbook paper, but I actually really prefer it that way. This is, I mean, literally it was a scrap from an old family member who traveled along South America on a boat cruise. And so it says the Grace and Company, and that was the name of the boat, and it's from Lima, Peru. That's super cool, I think. And this is one of my all-time favorite scrapbook papers, which I have like a couple of pieces left. And it makes me so sad. I'm a photographer, and I just love that. I just love those images. And this is a retro photo image. Ledger paper. Oh, this is fun. It opens up, I think. Maybe not. Sorry, folks, I thought it opened. This is a safety that I forgive me, I snagged it for art. It's a security vest for if the plane goes down, because we all want to know what to do when the plane goes down. So here's a larger pocket, and this is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. This is one of her designs. It's really cute. It's a bird in a carriage. I just love that. This is like an old Greyhound ad. I had fun making this journal. Russian text. This is a very large journaling tag with these beautiful trains on them. I hope you can see them. And this is, yeah, I think this one pops out. It's a fold out. It's a little snug in there. And there's the plane. This is Air France. An envelope, which I'm sure there are goodies in, which is a map. This is from a vintage camera magazine. This cute little girl who I've used in another journal I just made. Just can't get enough of her. She's adorable. That's some red vellum. You never know when you're going to need that. Paint chip. Map. This gorgeous image of this girl with a dove. This is a vintage Chevrolet. Or is it Ford? Ad. 2 tags. Another little goodies. It has baggage on it. This is from a children's map of Italy. This is a vomit bag from Turkish Airlines. I snagged that too. Vintage airmail with a little, oh, this is interesting. This is like a train wreck. The train actually came out of the station, and I should know where that's from, but I don't. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments below. I mean, that's a crazy photograph for sure. This is from a Victorian children's magazine. I mean, not book. This is I love this siding. It's like cityscape. The other side of the tags. A beautiful stamp from Mongolia. Here's a vintage, I think this is Naples. I bought this when I was in Italy a couple years ago. The famous pointing finger. This is from a Victorian fashion magazine from the 1800s. It says adventure awaits. This is a copy that I made from a Turkish children's textbook that I bought while I was in Turkey. I'm very fortunate. I've been able to travel a lot over the last couple years, and I never can resist going. The first thing I do when I know where I'm going is I go online and look for markets. Let's see if there's anything in here. Something tiny in here. Oh, it's a little tag which says JFK. How cute. This is from, yeah, this is from Turkey. My friend sent me that. This is a pocket. We're almost at the end. And this, I love this ad. It's I made it into a side loading pocket, which has this beautiful image of Versailles, an overview of Versailles. And I actually own a book of these prints, and I'm planning on scanning them and selling them in my Etsy store. So stay tuned for that. And this is the original golden end page. So I used that. I was happy that I could use that. So this is the travel journal, and that is another video down for me. So I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, and I appreciate you watching. Have a great day. Bye.